Alright, what is up guys? JaretCampisi, welcome back to the channel. Today we are going to be back to work on the BMW M1000RR, but we're getting one of the first snowfalls of the season here in central Pennsylvania, so we figured we'd bring you guys along for the first ride in the Urus with the snow tires. Sit back, relax, and enjoy the video. Alright, we can pop this puppy into the snow, which is neve. No idea what that does, but we'll find out. Probably lessens the throttle response, some other things. The house looks absolutely beautiful in the snow. It's supposed to change over to rain actually later this evening, so that's one of the reasons why we wanted to go over today during the day and film, because we're going to take the bike outside and I'll show you guys how we film like promotional stuff for Instagram, TikTok, that kind of thing. That's like Instagram and TikTok we use for short form content, and then YouTube, this is where we do like the long form stuff. We do have actual snow tires on the car, and I think snow mode just lessens probably puts everything up to maximum. ABS, traction control, all that stuff lessens the throttle response, because if you put your foot all the way down and you just slide around and then we get Crackletown in snow mode as well. But I think that this car could probably drive through at least a foot of snow easily, no problem, because I feel no issues at all. Now if we pop this in the Corsa, what do you think, teens? So we should see how it feels in Corsa. There's just so much stuff close to the side of the road in this car. Okay, let's do it here. We need to try some donuts in this bad boy, you know? It actually raises the car up in snow mode too, so you get more clearance, which is super cool. But yeah, the car feels great.
Oh, there's cows out in the snow.
Did you see the cats running around too out in the snow? Sage was being a maniac out there.
She loves snow.
All right, well, we survived. Made it over to Dado's. Probably only an inch or two of snow, but the Urus feels phenomenal. I threw it in Corsa mode. I was drifting around a little bit, actually into Dado's grass over there. But it's so fun. What a dope ass car. All right, Christina K, the beautiful Christina K, gracing us with her all black ninja suit.
I have a bikini on underneath too, all black.
Yeah, we're gonna do some stuff. We decided we're gonna push this out afterwards. Dado mentioned we don't have any front brakes right now, so that's probably not a good idea. So once we do all of this stuff today, we'll have some front brakes, we'll push it outside, then we'll do all the reels and promotional stuff for it. But we're getting really far, guys. We're getting really close. So don't forget, you can be entered to win this bike, patreon.com/Campisi Customs. It's always the first link in the description below. We only have a few installation episodes left. Then we will be doing a color scheme on this, so stay tuned. I know people were complaining about the red calipers. They're gonna make a lot more sense once the color scheme is on the bike. It has red and blue, so maybe I'll throw it up on the screen right here so you can see it. Again, I would have gone with blue if I had the option, but we couldn't get them, so it is what it is. Look at this, these are all the final parts for the build. Actually, there's about 3 or 4 other parts that Manny's supposed to send over. Hopefully those will be here by next week. And then the bike build's gonna be done. We'll do decals on it. We'll do a ceramic coat and a detail, and then we have to wait for a final ride at some point, but that's it. The bike will be done, and we're gonna have to go shopping for the new bike, and actually I already have an idea for what I wanna do for the new bike, but I'll share that in the future. You guys are gonna lose your minds when you see it.
It's like the best build ever.
Right? It's gonna be insane. So don't forget about this girl's spicy links, always in the description below, and yeah, we'll just leave it at that. So what we're gonna be doing today, Corsa Corta Master, Brake Master, RCS 17. That pairs great with the Stylema Brembo monoblock calipers.
Some big words there.
Yeah, I'm trying my best. Then we have a new Reservoir. We went with blue, so it's blue anodized Rizoma Reservoir. And I think, Dado, are you looking for some clear Tygon tubing?
Yeah.
All right, sweet. Because I don't think Manny sent over. I mean, we should have plenty of leftovers. So that's gonna be really nice. Yeah, I agree. Also, this woman's thinking about getting a bike this spring. Because this was her bike. We took it from her. And then she gets nothing.
She needs an old school, like original Vespa with like a little bread basket in the front.
That would be hilarious.
That's my electric bike.
With a little like maybe.
You know what she wants to get? She wants to get a V2.
What?
Yeah, and Ben wants to sell his. So,
Does he really?
Yeah. He wants to buy an old BMW or something. Remember when he was like, I'm keeping this bike forever, Jaret? Yeah. I don't know why he wouldn't realize by now he sells everything in 2 to 3 weeks. What are they for? What does it say on there?
Engine spoiler.
No, that's not for today. We're gonna do all the rest of the titanium bolts in another episode with the final parts once Manny sends them. There we go. So brake levers, brake and clutch levers. Oh, and the what's that called? Yeah. So the reason why we're replacing the levers from the Corsa Corta system is these are low drag. Yeah, see these? So we just wanted to make sure that both of them have that. That's like MotoGP technology. Now, do we need that? No, we don't. But yeah, it's because this just replaces on the perch over here already. So it's gonna be same size. Yeah, actually, wow, there's low drag on these. I'm impressed. But we want them to match, so we're gonna use the other levers. I think that's it for today. We're gonna do probably, that's brake. This is, this is, what's it called?
Okay.
Crash protection. We're gonna send that along with the new owner. I hate how it looks, so you guys can put them on if you want to. And then these are all the rest of the titanium bolts, which we're gonna sort out once we get the other parts in a future episode, and that's it. We might only have 1 or 2 install episodes left, and then that's it. How crazy is that?
Crazy.
Yeah, so we're getting there. So, yeah, that's it. Thank you, Christina Wiener. All her links are in this. Christina Wiener, Tina Wiener, Tina Wiener, Christina Tina Wiener. All her links are in the description below. Go show her some love, and let's get started. All right, so the first thing Dotto wanted to do before we take everything apart up here is get some, you're gonna need to add fluid up there, is get some bleeding going so the brakes start to work. The cool thing about these stall bus bleeders, the reason they're called speed bleeders is because you just open them up and you don't need to close them every time. You can literally just pump this thing indefinitely and it won't allow air to go back in the system. So that's why these are so freaking cool, and that's why they call them quick bleeders. And he said, that's why Manny said Dotto would love them. So there was a lot of air in the system, so it took us a while to pump this thing. But now that we got stuff flowing, we can literally just pump it indefinitely, keep adding fluid up here, and then as soon as we get some brake pressure, we're pretty much good to go from there, and then we can start in the controls. All right, so we actually got the brakes working. So, I mean, they're not completely like as good as they will be, but they're good enough, they work right now. So we figure we're gonna push it outside right now because I just checked the forecast. It's actually supposed to stop snowing and turn to rain in about an hour. So I think, I don't wanna risk having the bike still being worked on because I wanna create some really cool, like I said, reels and photos and stuff. So we're gonna push it outside in the snow right now and then show you guys what we go through to get good content. All right. Well, here we go. We got the bike outside. You're gonna need to turn it all the way around, Dotto.
You realize I get paid overtime.
This is hazard pay, right? Hazard pay?
Gotta make sure I don't slip.
Flip this thing around. Do you want me to help you? I'm gonna give him a hand instead of filming here. All right, I wanted to show some behind the scenes of what we're doing here. You can see I'm using a telephoto lens so I can sit inside and take some photos. That looks incredible. Look, I don't know if you can see it or not. Look at that. And then we use these for Instagram. We'll use our phone as well, but try to get a little bit of each camera. 1, 2, 3. Okay, that's dope. Yeah.
Careful, that's an expensive bike.
People were asking me about the price of this bike. I don't know what it would go for. It's really as much as somebody would want to pay. Our previous winner, who won the Carbon V4 SP, had an offer of $80,000 that he declined. So it's actually at the Meekum auction tomorrow in Vegas. But we'll go over the entire cost of this build, what it cost us to build this. I'm guessing $70,000 to $80,000 is probably what we have into it. I don't know if that's something.
I mean, the bike alone is like 40K.
Yeah, this is one of the most expensive bikes we've ever done. This and the SP2, or SP, yeah. But now we gotta wipe it all off and then get back to work. All right, so we got the bike back in, wiped down, and we're gonna keep it on the ground so that we can move the handles, the clip-ons back and forth, which is gonna make it easier for Dotto working on it. Right now he's just sucking out the rest of this. We bled the brakes one more time. Make sure there's no air in this as well, as little as air as possible. He's gonna suck this out. We're gonna remove this and take the entire thing all off together and then swap it with a new one. Because when he takes this off down here and breaks the, what is it? The banjo bolt down there, we want as little brake fluid as possible. We definitely don't want that getting on the clear coat of the carbon fiber. So what's next? You're gonna try and break it loose?
I'm gonna break loose the banjo, and as soon as it gets loose, I'm gonna loosen the clamp on the entire master. Then I'm gonna tilt it up, take everything off the rest of the way, because it's so tight underneath.
Yeah.
Take everything off the rest of the way, and we'll start the swapping process.
Okay, so he loosened the banjo bolt.
Took it out.
and let it drain for a little bit. Then he took it out completely once we got all this stuff out of there. Now we can, basically remove the whole system?
Yeah, so I like to use this little, it's a magnetic tray, but I use the tray to have the rest of the drippings on there so it doesn't get on the bike or even on this rag that I have here that keeps everything nice and clean.
Yep.
I like to be meticulous. Took this guy out and now everything is loose. The only thing we have to do is take this reservoir off, and then we can swap everything on a bench and then just literally put it back.
Oh, perfect.
And
all right.
delete it. Yep.
All right, so we got everything off. Set them side by side. We're gonna swap things. Well, there's nothing to swap over, but one thing we had a question about, I gave Manny a call real quick. We actually don't need this switch, so we're gonna pull it right out of here. It's pressurized to use the brake switch on this one. So that's really nice. And then we're gonna check out all the other parts that we have here. I believe that's the new banjo right there, new crush washers. And we're gonna swap over the new levers that have the low drag option right there.
Guess what else we have?
What? Oh, the quick bleeder's up top too, in red. That's beautiful. Okay, sweet. So Dotto's actually just using the little flathead that came with the set, and it popped it right off right there. So you don't need it for this one. I believe we did use them on the Ducatis, but I guess you don't need it on the BMW.
And remember, a lot of the motorcycles, they're starting to use hydraulic signal from the brakes instead of mechanical switch.
Yep.
There's a lot less failure that way and a lot less components. When we converted a lot of the Ducatis over, we had to put the switch in line. It was kind of bulky. Well, now companies are starting, like BMW is doing it.
Yeah.
In their ABS module for the front section, it senses that the front brake is on, puts the light on, or even when the rears are applied.
I think it does the same.
I don't know if it's separate switch for the front and rear. I'm sure it is, especially when it comes to ABS. But
how beautiful that thing is.
Yeah.
All right, so the next thing we're doing is swapping over the low drag lever. Dotto's been just sitting over here prepping stuff, and it's been just kind of boring, so I haven't been showing it.
Wow, thanks.
No, you're not boring. The work is boring, Dotto.
I got
I got the stall bus quick bleeder on there, and that's it. So we're just prepping the whole system. There you go. Just pulling this guy out, putting this.
Are we putting this on?
Yeah, that one.
Or the long one?
No, it's this one.
Okay.
Yeah, because then that's gonna match this one over here.
Why you lose?
They're both gonna be low drag. You can see the final setup here. Looks beautiful.
We're gonna throw this guy on quick and see what our clearance looks like.
All right, we got the new master position on the bike. It looks absolutely incredible. I actually love the red bleeder cap alongside the red part of suspension. Dotto went to grab the banjo bolt. The one they send is actually for 2 lines, and we don't have that, so we're gonna reuse the factory one. It looks like it is the same size, so that's good. So you're gonna need that.
New crush washers.
Yep. All right, you got the banjo bolt in, tightened down, crushed the crush washers. This is all good. Even adjusted this so that that's still in line there. And if people always wonder why this is only on one side, this is for your brake. So if you were racing and you hit another bike, whatever part of that bike hit this, it would throw you over the front of it because it would just slam your front brakes on. This prevents that. It's called a brake lever guard. Even if you're riding on the street and you hit like another car's what's it called? Rear view mirror, side view mirror, that can happen too. If somebody hits your clutch, all that happens is if it went in a little bit, it would just put you in neutral. But this is a cable clutch, so that doesn't even really happen on that. But that's why you only have a guard on one side. All right, welcome back to another episode of Daughter's Hands and Fingers.
Look at that.
So next thing we're doing is messing with the reservoir and the applied mounting bracket, which is a bit of a Chinese puzzle. So I think we got it sorted out for where it needs to sit, and we're using all the provided bolts and things that came with the little kit there. So that's all we're doing right now. All right, so we've been sitting here, well, Dotto's been sitting here fiddling with the bracket right there, and we got it sitting in a good spot. You want this to be as level as possible. Make sure it clears the windscreen and all that, and it looks like it does. Bleeders, or the hose is coming out this side right here, and it's gonna come straight down to here, which is good, smallest distance possible. And then he's just gonna give it a little bit of a curve so it clears the bleeder valve there. And that's how it's gonna sit. Look at that setup, guys. Tell me that's not absolutely stunning. So he's gonna clip it, and then install it, and then we'll see how it sits. Look at that, that's perfect. All right, so we're gonna we were gonna do a whole separate video bleeding and the brakes and everything, but I just figured let's just do it now. So he filled it up. We got the tube on, and we got the speed bleeder open. Dado mentioned when you first start and there's a ton of air in the system, you kind of do have to close and open it like normal. And then once you get enough pressure built up, then you can basically just leave it open, and now you can watch what he's doing.
If you have a vacuum pump, you can also hook it up on a remote area like a caliper or something like that and draw all the fluid down through. But with these speed bleeders, I'll show you. So now we're to the point where when we hit it, it sucks in the fresh fluid, pushes through the air and everything else. So watch this, ready? See how it's pushing?
Yeah, up through the other side. That is so crazy.
So you always want to work, once you get most of the air out of this, you can bench bleed this, or you can start at the furthest part away and work your way up to the master. I always make sure that most of the air is out of the master cylinder, and like see how there's
the line.
Yep,
yeah.
The line. We gotta also make sure that we don't run out of fluid. This is creeping up, so.
Oh yeah, here, let's refill it. All right, so we got this on, we got this bled. She's all good to go. We're gonna actually bleed the entire system another time, but we at least have brakes, and that's actually pretty damn good. Okay, so that's all good. I was gonna swap the lever over onto here, but I realized this is already a low drag lever, and the other levers are actually longer. And since that's a shorty lever over there, I didn't want them to be one long and one short. So I'm just gonna leave this. This all looks fine. It's just a cable clutch anyway. So, and I like the blue over here versus the red over here. It's sticking with the asymmetrical theme. So I think that's it. The controls are done. I do have some other parts coming. We have a carbon windscreen. We have a blue axle nut here. We have titanium bolts, I think, for the swim arm pivot bolts on both sides. And some other things I can't remember, but I mean, this is getting really, really close. There maybe just gonna be one more install episode, maybe two. Oh, we have the titanium bolts to put in for the rest of the bike. So yeah, probably 2 more installation videos, and then it's gonna be done. From there, we're gonna take it over to InShane Designs, and they're gonna do the custom decals for us, which is gonna be incredible. I'll throw it up on InShane. I'll throw it up on the screen right here. So that's it. So again, huge shout out to Manny from Motomillion for sponsoring this build. Go to motomillion.com, use my code Campisi to save yourself some money. I just had somebody hit me up and said they want to get every single part I put on this bike from Motomillion. So I just said send them right over to Motomillion and said contact them on Instagram @Motomillion, or you can call them too. All their information's in the description below. And just tell them, hey, I want everything from Jaret's bike build, and they'll take care of you guys. So, and you'll also get a discount when you mention my name. Again, you can be entered to win this bike, patreon.com/Campisi Customs. It's always the first link in the description below. If you guys enjoyed the video, give it a big old juicy thumbs up, subscribe for more, and we'll see you all in the next one. Peace.